Please note, throughout this video, I will be using YHWH, sometimes spelled YHVH, due to the fact that there are many different pronunciations of the Tetragrammaton. Judges 2 verses 11 to 13. Then the children of Israel did evil in the sight of YHWH, and served the Baals, and they forsook YHWH, the mighty one of their fathers, who had brought them out of the land of Egypt. And they followed other mighty ones from among the mighty ones of the people who were all around them, and they bowed down to them, and they provoked YHWH to anger. They forsook YHWH, and served Baal and the Ashtoreths. Who is Baal? Baal is a Canaanite deity whom Israel worships instead of YHWH. The name Baal is used in reference to YHWH. It's worth noting that the book Gods, Goddesses, and Images of God in Ancient Israel by Othmar Kiel and Christoph Ullinger confirms certain facts with respect to the worship of Yahweh in Ancient Israel, in addition to what is mentioned in biblical sources. The book provides two excerpts that highlight these facts. 1. According to the Old Testament, worship of Yahweh that included the use of one or more bull calf images was the most distinctive element of the state cult in northern Israel that was established by Jeroboam after the division of the kingdoms. 2. It is probable that both elements, YW and BL, refer to the same deity, namely Yahweh, who was worshipped also as Baal in Iron Age 11b Israel. Toward the end of the period, the two names for the deity were apparently no longer interchangeable. The worship of Baal was a significant factor in the downfall of Israel. False prophets attempted to make the people forget the name of YHWH and instead worship Baal, just as their ancestors had forgotten YHWH's name for Baal, see Jeremiah 23 verse 27. YHWH, also known as Baal, was the golden calf that Israel worshipped in the book of Exodus. The Israelites sought to rob YHWH of his glory by asserting that the golden calf led them out of Egypt. They erected an altar and celebrated a grand feast in YHWH honor. Israel showed immense respect and admiration towards YHWH. However, during the Golden Calf Massacre, roughly 3,000 Israelites were killed for abandoning YHWH and choosing to follow YHWH instead. The massacre was a result of the conflict between two factions of Israelites, one that supported YHWH and the other that supported YHWH. The notion that YHWH was both revered and then rejected is nonsensical, but that's expected coming from prophets of Baal. See Exodus 32 verses 4 to 5. In the book of 1 Kings, chapter 12, verse 28, we see that Israel has returned to worshiping and attributing responsibility for their exodus to the golden calves, YHWH and Easter. Baal worship has always been a recurring problem for Israel, but it remains an issue even today. Throughout history, the Israelites have struggled to choose between YHWH and YHWH, also known as Baal. How long will you be divided between two opinions? Is the way that Elijah the prophet put it. See 1 Kings 18 verse 21. It is also interesting to note that the 5th century theologian Theodoret of Cyrus tells us that the Samaritans called on Yahweh, the Hellenized form of YHWH, but the Jews called on Ayah, the Hellenized form of YHWH. This is why Ayashai told the Samaritan Israelite woman in John 4 verse 22 that you worship what you do not know, we worship what we do know. In Hosea 2 verse 16, YHWH declares that there will come a time when Israel will call upon the name of Ayashai, also known in the Quran as Aisha, instead of Baali. After examining your Hebrew concordance, it is clear that the name Baali is a symbolic name for YHWH. Baal and YHWH is a distinction without a difference. The name YHWH consists of two parts. The first part is the prefix, yad, means he. The second part comes from the Hebrew verb, ha, meaning calamity, iniquity, mischief, mischievous, thing, naughtiness, naughty, noisome, perverse thing, substance, very wickedness. Combined, this means he is mischief, ruin, calamity, perversion, and wickedness. And don't forget noisome, which means it stinks. Simply put, YHWH is the deity of evil. The name YHWH was injected in the scriptures almost over 7,000 times. Wisdom of Solomon 14:21 speaks of the incommunicable name being ascribed unto stones and stocks to deceive the world. See Revelation 12 verse 9. The incommunicable name and YHWH are one and the same, just Google it. The reason it's called the incommunicable name is because the Israelites were commanded not to invoke the name of lesser deities. See Exodus 23 verse 13. Solomon told us that the name YHWH was used to deceive the world via ancient artifacts and ancient manuscripts. Psalm 118 verse 8 tells us it's better to trust in the Most High than to put confidence in man. If the Most High word can't be altered or changed, why would he need to make a law and assign a judgment for altering and changing his word? If you're still naive enough to believe they haven't injected names in the Bible, turn on your discernment, and let's catch them blaspheming the name of the Most High with their insertions. Apparently, according to Exodus 6 verse 3, the patriarchs did not know the name of YHWH, even though the name YHWH appears multiple times throughout Genesis. For example, Abraham allegedly named the place Isaac was to be sacrificed after the name of YHWH. Either the Most High is a liar, or this is a clear violation of Deuteronomy 4 verse 2. I'm going with the latter because the Most High is not a man that he should lie. See Numbers 23:19. More supporting scriptures that bear witness to this scribal corruption surrounding the name of the Most High. See Jeremiah 8 verse 8. Let me be clear, YHWH is not the Most High's name, regardless of how the Tetragrammaton is pronounced. It's important to note that names often change across languages. Don't believe otherwise. See Revelation 9 verse 11. The devil's greatest accomplishment was deceiving the world into thinking that he is Yahweh and to worship him as such. See Isaiah 14 verse 14. However, he who declared the end from the beginning didn't leave us without witnesses of this corruption. Proverbs 14 verse 15 says the simple man believes every word, but the prudent man watches his steps. The prophecy of Hosea 2 verses 16 to 17 is being played out before our very eyes. He made it where we're able to navigate through the maze of deception to denounce those unholy names and return back to the hallowed name, Yahweh. Through thy precepts, I get overstanding, therefore, I hate every false way. YHWH is the goddamn devil that the Bible speaks of.